Hello, welcome to UOW Update for Week 8. I'm Sky. Diversity Week kicked off last Monday with a launch and photography competition. Students and staff were invited to submit photos that illustrate diversity. Children's advocate and former magistrate Barbara HOLBOROW spoke at the launch.
Unclench your fist and take my hand. There'd be no more bullying in the schools. There would no more people feeling lonely because they're a different colour or they speak a different language.
JOHANNA MBERE, a postgraduate student and research fellow, won first prize for his photo.
The way they are holding hands, it shows it's a very, very relaxed moment, and she was being henna tattooed, and this to me showed how she was willing to accept other cultures and celebrate the African cultures together with everybody else.
I think diversity is a very important part of our cultures. There's no one's better than anyone. It's just that we need to make sure that we work together.
Bingo was radically transformed last Monday night into BINGAY, a glittery, sexuality-charged version of the original. Hosted by drag queen MITZI MACINTOSH, BINGAY raised funds for the AIDS Council of New South Wales.
It's part of Diversity Week, and obviously because it's drag bingo, and you know, Bingay's also been associated with the AIDS Council of New South Wales, so it's been a fundraiser for them. So it's been very closely in line with community education and community health and wellbeing. So we add a campness to the night, but you know, everything gets turned up in volume quite a bit.
It's mostly to raise money for the AIDS Council, which is a charity, and we get government funding, but like so many charities and NGOs, we don't get enough. And we want to do a whole lot of work, so the money we raise from things like Bingay tops that up and allows us to do that.
And we'll have some more on the Diversity Week activities later in the update. UOW's Centre for Health Services Development has just received a massive $9 million contract to develop health systems for hospitals in Australia and overseas.
Well, it's a huge contract for us because our annual budget, we're self-funded here, and our annual budget is usually about $6 million. So this has increased that by 50%.
The Centre will overhaul the existing systems to bring them into line with the federal government's health changes.
You've probably heard in the news lately that the federal government is now going to take over a lot of the funding of health in Australia. And they're talking about funding via what they call activity-based funding. So activity-based funding, to decide how much a hospital needs, you have to have some idea of what patients they've treated and how severe their problems were and things like that.
One of the world's leading economists, Professor Joshua Angrist from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, visited UOW last week to deliver a public lecture on how government policy affects education.
A prerequisite for that kind of well-informed public policy making is good data. And I've learned since I've been here that there's an effort underway to have more standardized testing in Australian schools. And I think that that can contribute to the development of more effective public policy in education.
Professor Angrist's lecture came amidst heated debate about the government's MySchools website.
The American experience with that type of website, we have that in my home state of Massachusetts, for example. We have all the school scores. Many parents don't pay attention to it. I would say most. Most people just send their kids to school in their neighborhoods, and that's it.
To take you back to Diversity Week, Wollongong's wheelchair basketball team gave an interactive demonstration at the university's sports hub. Some of Wollongong's fastest and most skilled sports stars demonstrated the talent needed to play wheelchair basketball in the national competition. It wasn't long before the team got staff and students onto the court, as well as a couple of Wollongong's Hawks players.
Putting together Diversity Week, we wanted to get different parts of the diverse community at UOW, and we've got staff and students with disabilities. We thought, why not put on a ROLLERHAWKS event, you know, just to let everyone have a go at wheelchair basketball and see what it's like.
It needs strength, it needs skill, it needs brains. It's like a game of chess.
Pretty in-depth, and get in there, have a good go, and yeah, you learn a lot of skills.
I think it went really well. We had a lot of players from the ROLLERHAWKS come in. We had 2 players from the Illawarra Hawks, as well as a lot of staff and students who wanted to have a go.
Are you UOW's next top model? Next week, the university is hosting its first Fashion Week in conjunction with National Fashion Week. All week long, the university will be dressed up for model quests, fashion design competitions and design exhibitions.
Well, I think it's just a great opportunity for young people to come along and get involved. If they've ever wanted to try modelling, they're welcome to get up on stage and have some fun. Or if they're more interested in the design aspect of it, there's also the Thursday. Gives them an opportunity to enter some pieces in and see how they go. We've got a design competition and a model quest. There's a variety of stores, but Lily and Minx are the biggest name sponsor.
So we're looking for different ways to get the students engaged on campus, and we thought that the National Fashion Week was a great way to tap into the current market and reach the students in a way that really can touch them.
This has been UOW Update for Week 8. I'm Sky. Have a great week.